to CSTA, the first thing that they introduced was actually constants and then the variables.
Principles of competency-based learning and an interdisciplinary approach to coding, physical computing, and STEM education, SuperTeacher has made a significant impact.
Coding is more like a concept. It's more like a psychology and thinking skills. It can be taught. Forget about all these bad words. We are the first people to know what exactly Bitcoin means.
Have you heard about this platform called as code.org?
A very good morning and a warm welcome to one and all present over here, teachers. I hope you are able to hear me and see me clearly. And I hope you're able to chat as well, right? Yes, you are able to. Thank you so much for joining on another Super Sunday workshop. And this time we're getting into an important topic, something that's trending right now, called as artificial intelligence or AI ready teachers. We'll try to be as specific as possible in today's session and not really involve too much of technicalities. This session is not also going to be about there are 5 tools that can help you reduce your work, or there are 10 tools which can do this and that. Of course, we'll have a touch of it, but more than that, it is about the mindset shift that we're going to focus on today. That's why it's called as AI ready teachers from teachers perspective. So we're going to understand that, and it's going to be an interesting session. Thank you so much for consistently joining. And today it's a special day. Happy Father's Day to one and all. And with that, let's quickly begin with the session. Now, artificial intelligence as a concept has been gaining a lot of traction and attention in school education as a subject as well. Many people out there talk about importance of artificial intelligence to be taught in the schools, which is even mentioned by the National Education Policy. Now, what we will be doing today, it's not going to be just about teaching the students. It's also about understanding its applications from education perspectives. So for that, we are going to get into some of the technicalities a little bit and then understand how it is evolving. Now, one of the key aspects before starting, which I would like to set the context is now, right in the beginning, when artificial intelligence, like in 2022, was gaining a lot of traction with tools like ChatGPT and like Google Gemini at that time. A lot of there was this attraction towards people like it's giving me very good results. I'm asking for something and I'm getting exactly human like results. People were very happy. We were all happy about getting the lesson plan spot on, and we were also happy that we were able to complete those lesson plans really well. Interestingly, what happened after a few days, people started using chat gpt or any such generative AI, I would say, for developing more content. Like I want to give notes on so and so chapter, and it started giving notes. There was a time when people started using ChatGPT and tools like ChatGPT to generate question papers which are competency based question papers, and which are more like really in a very short span of time it was able to come up with very good questions. Well, that also happened right now. So as a teacher, we got what the details of the curriculum, we got to understand how to make the assessment questions, we also learned what is the best strategy to teach a particular chapter using information from ChatGPT. Now there is a point where we are so much dependent on artificial intelligence AI that there is a point where people are like, you know, I am not really able to think by myself. I am not able to make the lesson plan at the same speed at which I used to do in the past. I am not really able to be like the way I was before. Obviously, that's going to be there, right? So when a teacher or when an educator is completely dependent on AI and blindly when somebody takes it forward, there's a lot of chance that you miss out your originality eventually. And right in the beginning, I'm setting the context just to give you an opinion that it is not just something like can give you everything. In fact, if that continues, you get the assessment papers, you get the Google, I mean, the best search results out there. There's a point where your principal or the school leaders must be like, okay, let's do one thing. Let ChatGPT come and conduct the class. Let Grok come and take the assessments and give the reports. Then that is like, then we start cribbing about, then we start worrying about AI, artificial intelligence has replaced the teachers. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. Well, having said this, does that really mean that we're not supposed to use all these tools? No, it's exactly not the case. It's not at all the case that we are not supposed to use. It's not the case that we are against artificial intelligence. It's not the case that AI will replace the teachers. Today's topic is going to be something called as artificial intelligence era, AI era ready teachers. So we are at a time where this time can be very clearly called as time of confusion. Why time of confusion? Back in those days, probably some 15 to 18 years or 20 years back, when you go out in the streets, you'll find maximum one or two hotels, especially in tier two town or even in a city. You don't have too many options. You need to choose one of them and go. So the confusion was comparatively less. But right now, we've got too many shopping outlets. Back in those days, the brands were very less. We were not really exposed to various type of clothing or any consumer products for that matter. So the confusion was very less. But now the options are many. Over the period of time, if you see, with respect to the advent of technology, with change of technology, the confusion has got increased to a large extent on decision making, not just because we don't have the capabilities, it's also because the options have got increased. Artificial intelligence over here is one another option apart from Google search. That's a traditional Google search that we used to have. Now we've got another option. And we're prioritizing this because this is able to come up with better results and better output. So it's not something to be blamed about. It's not something to be addicted to, but something that you can't really leave. It's absolutely like you want something, but if you get that, you're not really too happy about it for a long time. Peach me, you get really satisfied with the kind of life that you have. I'm talking about marriage. Yeah, it's like you got this. It's in fact, if I have to talk about that marriage scenario, back in those days, like just imagine how our grandparents got married. There were not too many options. Okay, in our caste, so and so girl is available, and you are going to get married. That's it. You don't even see the face. There are a lot of chances that your grandfather wouldn't have even seen your grandmother, but they were like, yeah, she's going to be the girl for me, and they would have decided when they were born. But now you've got options. In fact, the Bharat matrimony or whatever matrimony website that you have, that it uses artificial intelligence to match the searches or the thought process or the interests, likes, dislikes. That's what Facebook did, and that's what all these dating apps do. So the point over here is it's all about the development of technology, and it's very important for a teacher to understand that you can't completely ignore it. So let's start. So here we go. I would like to show something really like interesting. Today's session is going to be not really about showing the presentation. We'll open the tools, we'll understand, we'll navigate together, and by the time we complete, the session will be over. I would also like to tell you that today's session will not have reflection questions. I'll repeat it. Reflection form questions will not be there today, considering the type of session today. It's not like today, just nobody going to test you on how much of AI you know. Well, that could have been done probably in the next session somewhere. But today's session, you'll not have reflection form questions. Everybody who's filling up the reflection form today will get their certificates. Everyone. Yeah, that's it. You just have to fill the form. Let's quickly go for it. So, AI ready teachers is an important topic for us to understand from the perspective of mindset shift. I'll repeat it, mindset shift. So, Super Sunday workshop series, we are there at session 117. 117 continuous Sundays. I would like to thank all the teachers who have been extremely consistent. Thank you so much. I'm not showing some consistency in, I think, providing the certificates in time or on time. I need some more time for me to get the resources to help me in doing that. So apologies for all the delay in certificates. I think nearly it's taking around 10 to 12 days these days, right? I hope you get it. And if you do not get it, I would request you to please write an email to swati@superteacher.in. The reflection form would also consist of my phone number. You can message me on WhatsApp as well. Let's quickly understand AI ready teachers. Now, for that, we need to understand one technicality of artificial intelligence, that it is categorized under three parts called as computer vision, natural language processing, and data. Computer vision is all about like the way we see things. These robots have an ability to see and perceive things, and that's programmed actually, and that's why it's making artificial intelligence. I think you're able to understand that. Natural language processing is the ability of a computer to understand what you're speaking. It's like, have you come across a scenario where you speak something and automatically it gets typed? There's a time in future where I'm able to imagine there's no keyboard at all on the screen. No keyboard. You just speak and it gets typed. By the way, we are already in a time where you just think about what to type, probably that gets typed on the screen. I'll repeat it. We are already in the time where, or we are already in the time where you just think about something to get typed over there. It already gets typed. Probably computer science teachers, if you're part of the session, you're able to relate to what we are actually speaking. Next is data. Data is all about examples. The more examples that we have, the more examples that we have or that we get in our life for ourselves, better is the clarity of understanding a particular concept. Just for humans, like no, it's just not for humans. It's also for the machines. More the samples, more the examples, it's easier for the computers to understand and comprehend things. Well, that's with respect to domains of artificial intelligence called as computer vision, natural language processing, and data. Using all these three domains of AI, computer science is evolving, AI is evolving. Now, why did we even say this before? Because let me show you. Yeah, you're right, Aruna ma'am. We're talking about Neuralink. So here in this case, let me show you some really interesting news about some recent developments of artificial intelligence in education sector. So let me quickly share the screen. Would you like this? I'm not sure if you like this, but you can put it on the chat. So you can see that robots turn teachers in Bengaluru school thanks to AI. I think you would have heard about this. The robots dressed in formal female attire do not replace real teachers. They complement them in teaching lessons and the subjects and reply to frequently asked questions from students. Vignesh Rao of Indus School says the robots impart lessons daily in 5 subjects to about 300 students in classes. Okay, 7 to 9 in classes, 7 to 9, and 4 sections by turns. Okay, you've got, oh, you would have heard about it. Yes. Yeah, there's another news that I recently saw, but quite an old news, by the way. So this was in 2024 itself, last year. India's first AI teacher robot and educational development with technology. Iris karke there was a robot. So this was that robot in Kerala. I think you would have heard about that as well. Another fantastic initiative. Yeah, so yeah, that's another. Then again one more. In recently I saw in Jharkhand, I guess, or Uttarakhand. I'm not remembering. AI in Uttarakhand. How a robot became a teacher. Did you know this? A remote government school in Jajjar Chingri has introduced Eco. Yeah, an AI powered robotic teacher to bring modern learning to students near the Nepal border. But you know what? The reason is quite funny. Look at this. Headmaster Chandrasekhar Joshi built the robot himself at home with guidance from a friend in China who sent the parts and helped over WhatsApp. That's phenomenal. Great news, right? But look at this. The school, I'll repeat it, solving school staff shortages. The school lacked a math teacher for 3 years. I mean, just imagine the plight of Chandrasekhar sir. He would have been really crazy that he's not getting the math teachers. Hence, he made a robot. Truly, necessity is the mother of invention. Now, ECO teaches mathematics, ensuring students receive uninterrupted education in core subjects. Any maths teacher out there, like, I didn't get the advertisement, I would have definitely applied. You can put that on the chat. Well, the point over here is this particular aspect of teachers coming and taking the classes is not something surprising at all. Why? Because we wanted that to happen, right? You ask for lesson plans, you ask for everything, and suddenly you're like, can I just ask my robot to come and teach? Well, that's where this is getting replaced. So there used to be a time where people used to have this dialogue like AI will never replace the teachers, or teachers with AI will definitely replace the teachers without AI, something like that, right? Well, the possibility of that is getting faded away. A lot of chances AI can replace teachers because the students are finding it interesting, it seems. Well, do you agree on the chat saying that the AI will definitely replace teachers? Say yes or no, put it on the chat. If you feel, oh, AI can be a substitution teacher. That's a fantastic substitution. I would I would say that's a fantastic substitution. Well, many people believe that no, it can never teach her, but looking at the way we are going forward with the changes that's happening with respect to technology, do you really think it's far on a long run? It will. Nimisha ma'am says no. In terms of human touch, ethically, no. Okay, okay, okay. In fact, there are countries where artificial intelligence robots are acting like judges. The law, the book of law, all the rules and regulations is fed to the system, and when a criminal or when somebody's convicted of something, they're taken to trial, and the judge is basically an AI, artificial intelligence. Looking at the law, you've done that, evidence is there, you're wrong, go to jail for 100 years, something like that. So anyways, the point is, it's very difficult to comprehend right now, and that is because of one important thing I would like to tell you. Listen to me carefully. This is again a little technical. There is something called as artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and artificial super intelligence. They call it as ANI, artificial narrow intelligence, AGI, artificial general intelligence, and ASI is basically artificial super intelligence. So it's all about the kind of era that we are in. Right now, we are still at artificial narrow intelligence and almost touched the artificial general intelligence as well. So narrow intelligence is something where you ask something, it gives to the point answer without understanding the context. But when you talk about the next step where we ask, artificial general intelligence, it is all about, understanding the context without you even speaking about it. So it's like I regularly message on ChatGPT, talk to it about, you know, various Super Sunday workshop topics and research a lot. So now when I go and talk to ChatGPT, it's able to understand the context. Okay, Vasu must be asking something related to Super Sunday workshop, or Vasu must be asking something related to the curriculum that he's making. AI is able to understand who I am. That's the beginning of artificial general intelligence. Artificial super intelligence is the time when AI will be able to guide you before you even ask a question. It's like replacing you completely and start giving instructions. So that's artificial super intelligence. So ANI, AGI, ASI. I would request you to please make a note of it probably somewhere so that you can research about it a little later. Now let us start understanding artificial intelligence with some very important tools. So for that, first of all, understanding children problem will be there. Well, you just upload a report card with right information. Chat GPT is able to give us very good results. There is no emotional touch and they don't teach morals connected with lessons. Uh, Let us see that. I mean, most of the moral education classes or life skills classes or social and emotional learning classes that we have undergone training in Super Sunday Workshop, the content was provided to us by ChatGPT. So does that really make sense? Nothing can replace human touch and emotions. That's maybe for legal activities and advices in terms of remembering too many rules. That's great. Assist but not replace. Uh-huh. Gen Alpha will definitely know how to once. Yeah. Gen Alpha, all the students who are born after 2010 or 2013. Emotional bond and sense of humor according to situation absent in AI teachers. Oh no. There's this new platform called as Grok, GROK. That new, it's not new, it's quite old, but I am very new to it. I found it to be quite sarcastic and it's interestingly really humorous. Okay, end of the day, machines are machines. Yeah, I'm deliberately trying to be a little Socratic over here, trying to support AI to a large extent. I would request you to be as much against as possible so that we win the game. let's quickly share the screen and show you something interesting. And now we are going to get into the first and the most important tool that I wanted to talk about is called as Chat GPT. So here in this case, you're able to see the screen in 3, 2, 1. I think you're able to see this. Great. I think you're able to see this. So the one of the generative education, I heard it was okay. Great. Yeah, that's going to be Mayushri ma'am. You're absolutely correct. There are a lot of chances that an AI can be wrong, just like a Google search can be wrong. End of the day, it's all about information that's there on the internet, and based on that, it's going to come up with some results. So when you're talking about giving wrong results, so somewhere there is a human being on the earth who has given wrong results on the internet because of which ChatGPT is being wrong right now. You understood? So it's a function of what humans did in the past. So AI can support a teacher but can't be a teacher like a human. I think it's not possible to replace a teacher in this level. That's a good point. I hope it's the true. The views given by chat are also opinionated. It could be biased. Oh wow, that's great, Ritika ma'am. So here in this case, let's understand. I'm going to talk to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is a portal for all the people. I think everybody might know about it. For the people who are looking at into this platform for the first time, this particular product called as ChatGPT was developed by a company called as OpenAI. And OpenAI for educators करके they even have a course. OpenAI for educators course. Let me. Am I right? Yeah, that's called as AI for K-12 educators. Okay, that's called as OpenAI Academy. I would request everybody to. It's a free course, teachers. So you can see that K-12 prompt pack for IT staff, prompt pack for administrators, principals, and curriculum leads, prompt pack for teachers. General ELLSP. So you can see K-12 mastering your prompts, writing, editing, Chat GPT. So you've got a very good set of courses under OpenAI Academy. I'm sharing the link on the chat right away. For all those teachers who are interested, I would request you to please click on the link and do the course. It will not take much time. I think it's like depending on uh, so let me click on this. I forgot how much time does it take. It also depends on how fast you are. I'm pretty sure for the kind of time that you have in the school, it will take at least a week for you to complete this. So there's a whole set of course along with, you know, correct. So if you want to complete everything related to education, it will take approximately a week. So getting started with ChatGPT education, and it'll give you a complete picture on how to do that. So I would request you to please look into it, learn from AI how to use AI. Irony, full of irony. Open AI. So let's go, and it's called as Open AI. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. So I would like to talk to ChatGPT a little bit. Okay, ChatGPT, let's talk. So hey ChatGPT. Okay. Uh, do you think, we're going to ask the same question. Do you think AI will replace the teachers in school? Now I can see a lot of advancements over news articles, children getting more attracted and enthusiastic about attending classes by robots. What do you think? I hope you're able to understand. Now, whatever I did right now is called as prompting ChatGPT to ask questions. Well, it's a hey Vasu, that's a powerful and timely question, and one that every educator is reflecting on right now. Here's a short answer: AI will not replace teachers, but teachers who use AI effectively may replace those who don't. Now, here's the nuanced view. And you can see why AI can't replace. So learning is a deeply human. So as somebody mentioned very rightly, it can just replace the task. Wow. But it cannot replace a teacher because you need the human touch. Somebody like mentioned about it. Education is not just information delivery. Yeah, you need emotions. Somebody mentioned that as well. AI lacks moral and cultural wisdom. Somebody mentioned that as well. Well, did you take the answer from ChatGPT to mention why ChatGPT will not replace teachers? Yeah, exactly. Where AI can and should help teachers. So personalized learning, reducing administrative burden, expanding access and engagement. So somebody very nicely mentioned it is the task of research that got enhanced from Google search to ChatGPT kind of tools that will help us in coming up with better attribute or better output. So the future is not AI versus teachers, it's AI plus teachers. So it's like future is AI versus teachers, it's AI plus teachers. The most powerful classrooms will be led by teachers who embrace AI as a tool to enhance, not replace their superpowers. Superpowers of talking, superpowers of connecting, superpowers of, somebody very nicely mentioned, human touch. Okay, shall we ask the same thing to another, one of my favorites is basically Grok. So grok.com, I'm sorry, grok.com is by Twitter, yeah, or by X, the current X Twitter. I'm just closing the robot teachers right now, and let's go to Grok. Now, Grok is by Twitter, and I found it to be comparatively way more detailed. The answers are like not at all crisp. And sometimes I want that. I'm asking the same question to Grok. Hey Grok, do you think AI will replace the teachers? Just a random question, and let's see what Grok does. So Grok is able to explain. AI won't fully replace teachers in schools anytime soon, but it's definitely shaking things up. News articles and trends on X show kids are excited about robot led classes. Think interactive AI tutors or humanoid robots like Pepper engaging students in subjects like math and coding. The enthusiasm comes from novelty, gamification, and personalized learning AI can offer, like adapting lessons to a student's pace. Studies suggest that AI tools improve engagement and test scores in some settings, especially for repetitive tasks or subject needing drills like language learning, like Duolingo's AI driven approach, etc. Duolingo is one perfect example of learning a particular language without a teacher. Teacher is replaced there, right? You don't have to learn French by going to French classes. Duolingo is already coming up with a very good, options and guidance and lesson plans to learn French. It's there. It's already replaced. But teachers do way more than deliver content. Yeah. So my take, AI is a killer co-teacher. It's a co-teacher, smart guy. He'll handle personalized drills, grading or virtual labs, freeing up teachers to focus on mentoring and critical thinking. This is an important point to realize that AI will not replace teachers. Probably AI can facilitate a teacher to facilitate the students' learning. So you're not a teacher anymore. You're more like facilitators. That makes an impact. Now I go to another platform, say DeepSeek. And again, I ask the same question. Probably it will say that, yes, definitely AI will replace a teacher. So when you look into the content over here, what I'm trying to actually talk about is, unless and until an artificial intelligence, or unless and until a teacher is not aware about at least the digital literacy part of artificial intelligence, it's going to be very difficult for a teacher to adapt in the future setup. So let's start taking it up. That's the reason this context is taken up for such a long time. Let's go forward and understand Grok and various other things. Now, what you could do is, with Grok or with ChatGPT, there are a lot of new things that have come into picture. One, there is something called as deep search and deeper search that will give you a proper tool, or it'll give you, for example, we ask Grok, I would like to get all the sources of information on the topic of properties of light. I need to teach, I need to teach this to the students of grade 8 CBSE school in India, and okay, in India, that's it. Ensure that you take up the role of a teacher and give me the results. Did you see the prompt over here? So we are asking the prompt to take up a role. We are saying that you are a teacher. Think like that. Imagine yourself. You can even say that imagine yourself to be the teacher who just got awarded from the president for being the best teacher in the country. And now you are going to research. You'll not believe, teachers, the results that come with this prompt will be comparatively way better than a normal search of give me the sources to learn properties of light. So here you can see that you've got source of information. So as a teacher preparing blah blah blah, these sources will help you. Let's see what are the sources. Key concepts to cover CBSE class 8 chapter 13 light. Oh, it was able to see the NCRT book as well, and it's able to give the complete categorization and sources of information. It has taken from multiple websites including NCRT, including Baiju CBSE, My CBSE Guide, Learn CBSE, Alan as well, Ask IITians as well. Okay, leverage Edu, Orchids International School. Wow. Okay, if a teacher is from Orchids International School, see, we are able to get into your website and we've got the concept over here. That's interesting. So Grok can do this. Grok can do this very strongly. I believe this is one of the the best platforms out there that you can start using apart from ChatGPT. Now, when I do the same prompt on ChatGPT, this is the last thing that we will compare Grok and ChatGPT. Then we'll go to the next tool, and that's going to be somewhere related to over here. And let's go with the new chat. I always prefer to have a new chat by clicking over here. And now let us see what kind of results does ChatGPT give. So once you start using multiple platforms and comparing, you'll come to know where there are better output. I found ChatGPT to be little to the point, not really long, but sometimes for some research, I really require long answers for me to really understand things in detail, especially for Super Sunday workshop. So I prefer to use Grok. But if I have to get something instantly, I prefer to use ChatGPT. So you can see that how fast it was. Quickly, it is giving me just the resources and not really anything else. So it also gave a small lesson plan. Okay. Yeah. So this is with respect to getting the information on multiple platforms. But now the next step of our point is there is another platform called as Gamma. I think everybody would have heard about Gamma. So Gamma.app or Gamma AI is basically that particular tool which helps teachers in preparing presentations. So let me show that to you. I think many of you use Gamma, right? So here in this case, I used Gamma before the session and just wanted to generate some information. And I got a proper presentation on the same properties of light. So that's why we are using it. So if I go to the first slide, so let's go forward. The amazing world of light. Light is an incredible form of energy. Blah 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 blah. This is how it comes. So this is basically the place where you can, make the slides. So let's do it from the beginning. I would like to go to home. Well, Gamma has become a little, I would not say expensive. It has got certain charges on it. It's not completely free, I would say. You will be able to generate only certain number of presentation. So I would like to click on create new. So the moment I click on create new, you've got paste in text, generate, import file or URL. So if you have your own presentation, you can import it and you can enhance it. That could also be done. Or else right now, let us click on generate. Now, something very important, just like the way we type the prompt in all the platforms, here also we can do it. But right now, we're going to do something very different. Listen to me carefully. We are going to do something little different. What is that little different? Now, rather than typing it directly, ma'am, I would like to have a presentation. I will go to ChatGPT. Where is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is here. I'll tell ChatGPT, hey ChatGPT. So listen to this. So, hey ChatGPT, I need to make a presentation for the Super Sunday workshop on AI ready teachers, including few tools. Give me a good prompt to be put on Gamma AI for me to generate the presentation. Ensure to include, ensure to include teacher specific content within the slides. Did you see that? So what we're doing is we're using ChatGPT to give us the suggestion of a good prompt. End of the day, when you talk about artificial intelligence, it's all about prompting. So now, here's a well-crafted Gamma AI prompt to generate your Super Sunday workshop presentation on AI-ready teachers with a clear teacher-specific focus and inclusion of relevant tools. So now what you're going to do is prompt for Gamma AI. It has given the complete thing. So let's copy it completely. Blah 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 blah. So let's copy it. Did I not copy it properly? Okay. So I am going to copy this and look at the prompt, how big it is. I'll go to Gamma and I'm going to paste it over here. Now I just going to click on generate outline. The moment I do that, you'll be surprised to see that the presentation that's going to come out is comparatively going to be way more detailed. I mean, Yeah. So, uh, point is, as a teacher, we always feel that what is the right way of asking question? You ask that to AI itself. See, it is able to. So right now, with the limitations of Gamma being free, it has got 8 slides, and I think 8 slides is decent enough for one period. So now you've got the topic becoming an AI ready teacher, empowering educators for the future. And it's able to give us some content. The evolving role of teachers from content deliverer to facilitator. We mentioned that, right? Practical AI tools for classroom efficiency. They've given some tools over there, ChatGPT, Great Scope, and quizzes. Actually, so enhancing learning, blah blah blah. I think everything is perfect, pretty good. Okay, I don't want to really do anything. I don't want to delete anything. Now you click on the theme over here. I'm going to keep the default theme right now, and the images have to be generated by AI. I don't have to upload anything, so I'm just clicking on AI images, and I'm going to write image style. Use use more of yellow color. Use more of yellow shades, and now I click on generate. Now look at the beauty. In few seconds, I'm going to get the complete presentation. As somebody very nicely mentioned, artificial intelligence is going to just replace the task of this administrative work. It doesn't completely teach the students. So it is important for us to get the tools, make the presentation, and deliver the session by ourselves in our own style. So here you can see that the prompt is so accurate. We've got one of the best presentations out there. And right after this, this particular platform also has this ability of editing each and every slide with AI, and also with respect to, by yourself. Okay, you can see this. Let it get generated completely, then I'll show you how it does. So maybe because of the yellow shade that we were talking about, there's like too much of yellow that's coming out there. And let's wait for all the slides to be. And remember, AI generating, don't close this tab while generation is in progress. There are some websites that do not allow you to go to the next tab. You need to be here. There's a technical reason for it, which we'll not discuss in this session. I'm waiting. So there's another yellow touch over here. And even on the top, you can see a little bit of yellow. Okay. So is it done? It's still generating. Let's wait for a few more seconds. The tool that we're going to discuss next is going to be even more interesting. Your gamma has finished generating. Okay, let's go. Let's understand. So now when you look into it, you can see the complete presentation. Practical AI tools for classroom efficiency. Today, automated grading could be one of them. Lesson planning could be one of them. When you come to the right, you have got all your abilities to, edit the slides. We're not getting into too much of details right now, but let's go forward. Let's go forward. Cultivating student AI literacy for the future. So there is something called as responsible use, AI fluency, critical thinking, societal impact, and then continuous professional development, staying AI ready. Did you see that there is an image generated over here? It is so nice. I mean, it's so human, I would say. And this yellow touch, the background is yellow, the teacher is yellow, there's a guy over there yellow, and this is again embrace AI to transform education. I think you're able to understand the importance of it. Now what we could do is we could even export this. So for that you need to click on share on the top right corner, and there is something called as export. Click on export and you'll get to see export to PDF, export to PowerPoint, or export to Google Slides as well, which was recently added. I click on export to Google Slides, say for example, or most of you have PowerPoint, right? So let's click on PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint. Okay, right now it's showing some error. Let's go with Google Slides. I would go with the email ID selection because it's Google Slides. Great. Great, 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 great. Yes, you can add your own images, ma'am. That could also be done. So now, yeah, it's more like a friend. Generating, you need to just come here on the top. You will be like, I want to generate the slides. I'll let you know again. So click here to view your Google Slides. Okay. Now, some of the slides might not have the right spelling. You can go there and you can just edit the image. I'll show that to you. I'll show that to you. So this is the Google Slides coming up. My system is a little slow and that's why it's taking some time. And now open with Google Slides. Open with Google Slides. I hope it's opening up. So becoming an AI ready teacher, empowering. So becoming an AI ready teacher means leveraging AI for teaching, learning. Okay, what is it? I'm getting a prompt. Okay, done. And it prepares students for an AI driven workforce with 85% of the jobs by 2030 impacted by AI. And they've given the complete thing which can be edited further. And then you go to each and every presentation. Then you can add your own enhancements, whatever you want. And the slides are absolutely ready, generated by AI. That's nice, right? So let's go to Gamma back again. Now I would like to show you. I'm going to home again for all the teachers who missed looking at it. Uh, you can actually click on a particular image. I've already clicked on back, so it's going back. And there is this option called as create new. And that's where I started. Like I can click on create new and then I can generate. So import file, generate and paste in text. I hope you got the point. Now, one last point before we conclude on Gamma. I would like to click on that image. So what you could do is, no, right now, no, ma'am, not more than 8 slides. You will have to add more cards. They call it as cards. And now suppose if I say that this image is not great, so it's getting loaded. So I can click over here with a prompt saying that this image needs to get better. So what it'll do is it'll just change this image. Okay, so you got this chat with AI. You can see that ask AI to enhance the image. It does not convey the message. So now once you do this, the credits will be actually used for this. So you can see this, I'll enhance this classroom image to make the message clearer and it'll upscale the image. In fact, you should have told that you should change the image. It would have been a better prompt, but still. Anyways, let's see if it is able to change it or not. I'm just waiting for a few more seconds and then we'll go to the next. So yeah, that's with respect to the key point stating that go to ChatGPT, use that as one of the base models with which you can work out and ask for the prompt from ChatGPT. So it didn't really change the image; it just enhanced the image. I should actually change to a younger student. Let's go with a younger student. I'm not sure it will be able to do that. So it's thinking I'll change this to show a younger student and let's see how it is able to show the younger student. So the next tool that we're going to talk about is the tool that is more from the perspective of productivity. Productivity in the sense reducing the time of preparation. I'm going to show that to you. This looks good, right? This is nice. Okay, that's great. Gamma is done. Okay, that's it. So let's go for the next one, teachers. And this is an important one. So right now, what I'm going to do is say, for example, I have an NCRT textbook. Okay, let's go to an NCRT textbook right now. Say we are going to grade 10, class 10, and say we have got the select subject, say social science, and let's select the contemporary India. And the moment I click on this, I click on go, and there are multiple chapters. So say let's go to chapter number 2. I'm assuming that you are there in chapter number 2 right now, considering the time of the year predominantly. And this chapter is going to be on, what's this chapter? Forest and wildlife resources. Yes, yes, yes. Now you can download this chapter. Okay. Forest and wildlife resources is downloaded right now. Now look at the way we are doing right now, teachers. This is very, very important. Now, once this is getting downloaded, now you can go onto the internet and say forest and wildlife resources, news articles, news articles. Now, what we are actually doing is we are trying to understand the real life application of that particular chapter with whatsoever is happening around. So for that, I'm getting a news over here on front line and I can see that something related to forest has come up. I'm not really getting into the details of it. Then I am like, let me get into a video on the same. So India's numerous initiative to protect wildlife species. There is something called as DD India, and I've got a YouTube video, and I'm not watching the YouTube video. I'm just keeping it aside. My point is I'm trying to find all the resources of a particular topic from internet in different formats. Now I go to this beautiful platform called as NotebookLM. Oh, by mistake, I closed it. Okay, so let's go again. NotebookLM. Now, when I go to NotebookLM, let's go from the beginning. So it's called as, it's like the Google's tool for research. Now, understand anything? Your research and thinking partner, grounded in the information you trust, built with latest Gemini models. I click on try Notebook LM, and once I click on that, have you used LM by the way? Anyone? If you have, yeah, you can get for languages as well. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. So here in this case, I click on create new. I click on create new, and the moment I click on create new, if I want to learn about the forest and wildlife resources, first you can click on all the resources that you have. So click on upload sources. I click on upload, and right after that, I upload the CBC textbook. Say I click on this, and I've got the NCRT book getting uploaded over here. So while this is getting uploaded, I'm going to click on add again, and I'm going to share that website link where we had the news about wings of desire, you know, and I'll put it over here. So the moment I put it over here, I click on insert. Again, I can add more sources stating that I would like to have a YouTube video as well. And I go to YouTube and I copy the link of the YouTube video and I come back to Notebook LM, which looks like, where is it? Here it is. And then I click on insert. Okay, now the input language can be changed or the output language can be changed. I'm sorry about that. Output under the settings column. You can go to settings and there is this option called as output language. It can be English or it can be Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, whatever language you want. You just have to click on output language. You can see there's a drop down. And Nepali, Konkani, Marathi, Tamil. You've got all the languages present over here, including English. Yeah, you can choose that. Now, once you do that, you click on save. And now you've got three resources for the same topic. You can start typing by saying that I would like to have one common summary or the gist of the information combined from all the attached resources. I need to take this class tomorrow in my school or something like that. So now when you actually launch it, so that the content that you're going to get right now is going to be combined output of all the resources that you put. Well, that is actually something which is very basic, which even ChatGPT and Grok can do. But Notebook LM has done one little extra work, that they have got something called as deep dive conversation. Now, under deep dive conversation, they have got this option of a podcast. Basically, two people will talk about these three resources, and you can just listen to them. Which basically it's like the complete summary over here, which you're looking at. So, आपको अपनी कक्षा के लिए आवश्यक जानकारी का सारांश यहाँ दिया गया है, जो आपको दिए गए सभी स्रोतों से संकलित किया गया है. It's a tough Hindi for me, at least right now. And then of course each one and two is basically the source from where it has actually got that particular information. So they mentioned that as well. And let's go to the audio. It's going to take in few minutes, and you can actually generate the audio in a very simple format, or a longer version could also be made. I have chosen the simple one from the settings option, so it'll come up with something very short, crisp and clear. Now interestingly, the output language that I mentioned is basically Hindi. So once the Hindi audio gets generated, I would like to play that for a few seconds, and then we'll conclude on the session today. Yeah, so that's with respect to Google LM. So I think you're able to see that in few seconds. Okay, you're hearing it for the first time. Okay, okay. So Google Notebook LM, if you're using it, great. If you're not, then start using it. It's going to really reduce a lot of work of yours. The only problem is the audio content that comes over here. It takes a little time, and you have to be here on this page for a little longer time. If you just move around and come back, it's not going to generate fast. So I'm going to tell that, sir, ma'am. So you need to go to settings on the top right corner, and there is this option called as output language. And once you click on that, you will be able to choose the language. So it's something like, click over here. You've got the drop down. Click on this, and you'll be able to download. Your certificates will be delivered to the mail IDs that you have, ma'am. And that's it. That's it. I would like to reopen the closed tab. Let us see if the audio that I closed by mistake is still available. Uh, See, end of the day, the delivery of the classes has to be done by the teachers only, but the preparation could be really good. It's loading the conversation, generating conversation. I'm so sorry for the delay, but yeah, it'll take some time for the audio to get generated. Now, once it's generated, it's like I could use this while traveling to school, or while I can't open the book and learn, right? That's why this is very important. Well, the conclusion of the today's session is like, it's not really about AI replacing the teachers. It's about the moment you get into the zone of research using good tools out there, automatically you'll not even think about will AI replace the teachers. You will come up with your own ideas of giving the good prompt, using the best application, so that you get more satisfied with your teaching rather than, you know, just cribbing about like, will it replace or not? Okay. Exactly, something like that. Aladdin Booth, it seems. 1 second. You can download it, in fact. You can download it. Come on, you gotta be ready. I have got the other one ready. So let me play that for you. Yeah, you can use absolutely. So, say for example, so matter in
नमस्कार।
our surroundings.
आज हम गोता लगा
Using
रहे
few
हैं
minutes back.
प्रकाश और पदार्थ की दिलचस्प
I'm
दुनिया
not
में।
sure if you're
हाँ,
able to
बिल्कुल।
hear it
सुना
right
है।
now,
इसी वजह से देखो ये
because the
अलग-अलग चीज़ों
speakers
से
are being
टकराकर अलग
used
तरह से रिएक्ट करता है,
by
जैसे
the phone.
पानी आकाश जैसी चीज़ें हैं।
Download it,
पारदर्शी, ट्रांसपेरेंट
हाँ,
and once it
ट्रांसपेरेंट।
gets
इनसे
downloaded,
तो प्रकाश आर-पार निकल
I'll try
जाता
to
है।
play right
और
now.
लकड़ी या पत्थर जैसी अपारदर्शी चीजों से उनसे नहीं गुजर पाता।
सही।
Come
और
on, it should
कुछ
get
होते हैं
played.
पारभासी भी, जैसे वो बटर पेपर,
We waited
मतलब
for
थोड़ा
quite some time
धुंधला
right
सा
now.
दिखता
Okay,
है,
I got
कुछ
this.
प्रकाश
नमस्कार।
पार हो जाता है।
बिल्कुल सही
आज
कहा।
हम आबादी
और
भी तो बढ़ी
रफ्तार,
है।
क्या कहते हैं, प्रकाश तो
Something on the
ब्रह्मांड में
system
सबसे
because
तेज है।
the Google
हाँ,
Chrome
ये
is
तो
actually
पढ़ा
using
है।
it.
वैक्यूम में मतलब जहाँ बिल्कुल हवा भी ना,
Conversation is getting loaded.
इसकी
आज
रफ्तार
हम
है
गोता
करीब
लगा।
3 लाख
हाँ, तो
किलोमीटर
चलिए
प्रति
खोलते
सेकंड।
हैं पिटारों को,
सोचो,
देखते हैं कि ये
सूरज से
बेसिक
पृथ्वी तक
कॉन्सेप्ट्स
इतनी
मतलब
लंबी दूरी
प्रकाश और
बस
पदार्थ
8 मिनट में
कैसे
तय कर
काम
लेता है
करते हैं।
प्रकाश। कैसे
कमाल है।
और वो मुड़ने वाली बात
टेक्नोलॉजी
जब
में यूज हो
प्रकाश
रहा है।
एक चीज से दूसरे में
Exactly,
जाता है,
खासकर
जैसे
हमारे
हवा
ग्रह
से
को
पानी में।
समझने के लिए उसे
Oh,
अपवर्तन
WWW.
कहते हैं।
रिफ्रैक्शन।
हाँ,
हाँ,
Wait,
रिफ्रैक्शन।
wait.
जब प्रकाश एक मीडियम से दूसरे में जाता है
I'll
ना,
close
तो
this.
उसकी
I'm so
स्पीड
sorry,
थोड़ी
I'm so
कम हो
sorry.
जाती है और वो हल्का सा
Both the
मुड़
audios
जाता
are.
है।
अच्छा, इसीलिए वो पानी के ग्लास में रखी पेंसिल मुड़ी हुई दिखती है।
एग्जैक्टली। ये प्रकाश का एक
Okay,
और
now it
इम्पोर्टेंट
is
गुण है।
single, right?
समझ गई।
Okay.
अच्छा, ये तो हुई प्रकाश की
Here in
बात।
this case,
अब आते हैं पदार्थ पर, मतलब
I
मैटर।
think I didn't set the
हमारे
audio
आसपास
for
की
me
हर
properly.
चीज, हवा, पानी, सी, सब पदार्थ ही तो है।
हाँ, बिल्कुल।
Perfect.
कोई भी
Anyways, let
चीज
me
जो
stop it. So I'm stopping it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So that brings me to the end of the session, teachers. I'm overshooting the time. I hope you got an understanding on how this actually works. So here in this case, okay, 1 second. I would like to check from my team members if they're using the right form. Question should not be loaded. Oh, I understand. I understand. I think the last question would be, got it? Now it'll change. Great. So that's it, teachers. Let me come back. Thank you so much for joining on another Super Sunday workshop, teachers. Means a lot. I hope you got some information about artificial intelligence, AI ready teachers. Well, this was just an introduction to a much more elaborate content of, like, in the future. We'll touch upon inclusion of technology into the classrooms eventually, talking about curriculum independently, talking about pedagogy independently and assessments, and we'll have more such tools to be discussed. But right now, as of now, ChatGPT, Grok, then there is something called as NotebookLM and Gamma. These are the four apps that we wanted to discuss today, apart from understanding what's artificial intelligence ready teachers. So I would like to see you again in the next future session in another interesting topic. Until then, thank you so much and Jai Hind. Use one of the platforms for regular updates. Try to be as consistent as possible, teachers. The kind of confidence that you get it's something that you don't really feel it. It's just like when you go to a gym or when you go to regularly you go, you'll not be able to see much of a difference in the body. You went on the first day, you look at the mirror, you're like, it's the same. Again on the second day, it's the same. The third day, suddenly there's a day when you're able to actually see the difference. So it's like you will not feel the upgrade of consistency right like explicitly out there, but when you feel it, the day when you feel it, like the kind of self confidence and self worth that you feel for yourself is something that nobody can break. So in that way, choose any one platform. It could be Super Sunday Workshop or TED, and keep upskilling and upgrading yourself. Thank you so much, teachers. Too much of a gyan on a Sunday. I'm really sorry for that. Spend time with your family. Have a Super Sunday, teachers. I'll meet you again in the next Super Sunday Workshop. Bye, everyone.